Um, so I just want to recap. I took a trip to Milan. It was my first time in Italy. Uh, 10 out of 10 experience. 10 out of 10 experience. I went to support a contemporary peer and friend, Lamar, and I booked the flight. The first 2 evenings I stayed in a hostel. This is a mix of raspberry leaf, chamomile, and mullen, and I got it from the Cabanillo Medicat out here in Spain. So it's a mixture of these herbs, and I've been puffing on these to relax me. But yeah, I booked the flight. I flew Wizz Air there, and I flew Ryanair back. I stayed in a hostel. It was called like Lion something youth hostel. It was originally for six, but I was put in a room with two other girls who were teaching English in Jordan on a Fulbright scholarship, which was like pretty amazing. So we chatted for a couple hours about that, about being an artist. And the first evening I went out, at first I wasn't even going to let anyone know that I had arrived. And I was so proud of myself because I caught the bus and the train from the airport all the way to where I needed to go. And I just felt like such a professional. I feel like London really prepared me for the trials and tribulations that come along with riding the bus and train. I didn't panic. I just like, they have the big marquee and it has all the times and everything of when everything's arriving. And when I had a question, I would ask a question. I don't speak any Italiano, just un poco, stu cazzi. Way, figa. Figa, no. Or, figo, por favore, excuse me. Kind of like that. That's about it. But I used my Spanish, which was like quite helpful. I just made it sound Italian and I got around quite fine. But I grabbed a glass of wine and something to nibble on. And then I was just so excited because I wasn't as exhausted as I thought I was. So I hit up my homie and I was like, yo, I'm here. So then we met back up for some drinks. We went to a couple places and then we went our separate ways. And I like ran home. So I've been on this like Taibo workout, like a 30-day quote unquote challenge, right? And so when I got to Italy, I was on it was supposed to be technically day 9, but since I was in the hostel, I couldn't do it. So I ran home from the bar. Um, and then this guy came, you know how they come around and they're like trying to force you to buy roses and stuff. Anyway, the guy was pressuring. It was like press, which was kind of, it wasn't embarrassing. It was cute, but it was also just like, bro, like we're just talking. Anyways, that's the rose that I brought back with me, which was cute or whatever. But it was just like he was being adamant about it. Um, the next morning I woke up early. What did we do? I like had a morning to myself walking around. I went to this local cafe and I actually went in and I accidentally spoke Spanish. But then she replied in Spanish and she was hitting me with the vale too, which is Valenciano. Like they use vale in Valencia to, it's like claro que sí. It's like, okay. And it was cute as fuck. We was both in sync. We was in sync. I ordered a pot of tea. It was naranja y canelo, which is orange and cinnamon. And I had a croissant, slow morning. When I'm traveling, I like to still keep my rhythm, my cadence. So if I drink tea in the morning, if I meditate in the morning, I do that even when I'm traveling. I like a slow morning. Um, and if the day picks up, I like to make sure I'm remaining regulated here in my heart center. Um, so that was cute. What I do next? I walked around in the center, smelled some scents of Victoria's Secrets, bought some postcards, bought some magnets for my best friend. And then me and my homie linked up and we went to a flea market. Honestly, we were just like hopping on trains. It was like, if this is the wrong one, we could just get on another one. We're just like flowing through the day. Uh, I noticed about the train station, each train station in Milan looks completely different. Like the architecture is kind of, it's fascinating, but also equally as eerie. Equally as eerie. And I just kept commenting on that. I took a lot of pictures on my camcorder that I'm gonna look back whenever I feel like it, but I'm gonna upload them to my hard drive. Went to the flea market. I didn't really see anything that like really touched me, but I was looking at a lot of things. He was looking at cameras and like trying to get deals. But when they hear that American accent, they try to up the price. But like if you're from LA or if you're from like they're from New York, it's just kind of like, bro, chill out. And I remember we stopped at one spot. I was like, yo, how much is this? Three different people said three different prices. It was like, nah, fuck it, fuck it. And they tried to get us to come back, but we was already gone. We lapped it two times, one way this way, and then the counterclockwise. Solid. Grabbed some food. Found this like chic hipster spot. Ate. What do we do after that? I went back to my hostel. I felt like we did some tagging that night. I can't remember. My days are so mixed up because like I actually stayed there longer than I was supposed to because I missed my flight. I ain't never missed a flight in my life before, but I would be up hours and hours talking, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll make my flight." I did not make that flight. I got to the airport, and I'd like chuck the charge. I spent €100 on a Uber. Don't judge me, but I had to get there. Get to the airport, the lady was like, and I was so tired that I was in the middle of checking in, and I fell asleep. So I didn't check in. And so when I got there, like she was not trying to let me check in. So I had to book another flight for the next morning. The the last few evenings I stayed at, I got an Airbnb, cute loft Airbnb. It was perfect. And I'm glad I stayed at the hostel first and then the Airbnb because the hostel allowed me to like chit chat around and then like travel around. And then the Airbnb was in a different location. It was kind of, I kept describing the area as like lived in, lots of graffiti. Like there's graffiti around Spain, but there's lots of graffiti in Milan, like everywhere, which I like that. That was a feature that I liked in Milan. The how the apartments were I liked. I liked I guess you could call them like trolleys, I guess. Like trolleys. Like there's lots of trolleys. It was quite cold. It was very cold in Milan right now, very chilly. So I was layered up the whole time. Um, and then the opening of the show day, quite brilliant. There was two stories. It was at Banquet Gallery. It was walking distance from my Airbnb, which was perfect. And I like booked it for that reason because I like to be able to walk. I don't want to be catching Ubers. And it was so good. Like I've been missing that energy in Spain because I don't like I've been to the museums. There's still some on my list that I would like to go to, a couple galleries, but I've just been missing that energy, that like sig and beer and chit chat energy of being around artists and thinkers and tinkers alike. Not that they're not here, I just have not found them in Valencia. Um, so it was just nice to be in a gallery in an intimate space and just meet new people. Met the curator of the show, Jermaine. Met one of my homeless friends. Her name's Aaliyah. She was super sweet. She lives in Lisbon. Um, I had a wonderful time. I had a wonderful time walking around. I had a wonderful time hopping on line bikes. I had a wonderful time eating new food. I had found this spot. I feel like they were Egyptian, but I'm not confident. But they served tea really well, really well. And hummus. I went there 2 days in a row. The second day, I got like a proper kebab. Uh, that was just so refreshing. I really needed that. I haven't really been having that in Valencia, which is just really nice conversations, critical conversations, people speaking life into me, like in person. I'm chronically online because all my friends and my peers are now very international. They're all over the world, as I am all over the world now. to be in person, it's to be able to speak life into people and for people to speak life into me. I'm just so grateful to have developed a version of myself that has that. And I could be that for other people. I had a great time. I feel like missing my flight though. I have to ensure that I don't do that again. I may have another trip coming up because one of my other peers has an exhibition in Paris. So I want to experience that, but I also want to experience Henry Taylor's opening in April. I don't know. It's a lot of moving parts. So we'll see. I gotta upload a video. It'll just be like a montage of TikTok videos, my experience and like photos, my trip to Milan. I want to go back. I want to go back. And honestly, I feel like the experience was amplified because I was meeting people there and I was embraced. Oh, and we also had a wonderful dinner. It's like a group dinner, Italian, like pastas. There was little croquetas, wine. I had 2 glasses of Shiraz, toe up from the flow up. Uh, I had a great time. When I think of that trip, I'm just like all smiles. Like I haven't had a trip like that where I felt like that in quite some time. Even though I'm in Spain, I'm having a great time. Like I run in the streets hella solo dolo out here, outside of like certain instances where I linked up with people, but oh my gosh, that was so fun. I will upload the videos so y'all see because I had a grand old time.